All right, hello and welcome. Today, we're cracking open the case file on, well, probably the most famous character in the history of literature. We are taking a guided tour through the entire collection of Sherlock Holmes stories by the one and only Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Let's get right into it. You know, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? For well over a century, Sherlock Holmes has been the gold standard. He's the guy who sees what everyone else misses, the original great detective. And honestly, his influence is absolutely everywhere you look. And when I say treasure chest, I'm not kidding. The complete Sherlock Holmes collection isn't just another book. It's literally a chest packed with every single case, every brilliant deduction, and every adventure of Holmes and his faithful friend, Dr. Watson. It's a whole world just waiting for you. So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the man himself. Then we're going to peek inside the complete collection to see exactly what you get. We'll try to uncover the secret to his success, look at his incredible legacy, and then, at the end, we'll figure out if this is going to be your next great read. Okay, first things first. Who is Sherlock Holmes, really? Forget the hat and pipe for a second. What we're talking about is a mind unlike any other. He calls himself a consulting detective, the only one in the world, in fact. He doesn't solve crimes with brute force. He does it with pure, ice-cold logic. He spots those tiny details that we all just walk right past. You know, a smudge of dirt on a trouser leg or a specific kind of cigar ash. To Holmes, that's the whole case right there. He lives at 221B Baker Street, sure, but his real home is inside his own brilliant mind. All right, let's get into the collection itself. When we say complete, we really, really mean it. This isn't just a few greatest hits. This is the whole shebang, the entire life's work of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's most famous creation. So inside this collection, you're going to find 4 full-length novels, and these are the big ones. Each one is a deep, complex mystery that really lets you settle in for a while and follow Holmes and Watson on a single, sprawling case. And as if that weren't enough, alongside those novels, you get a whopping 56 short stories. These are just perfect for when you want a quick hit of mystery. They're sharp, they're clever, and they're just so much fun to read one at a time. Now, this is what I think is truly incredible. Just look at that timeline. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle wrote these stories over a 40-year period. 40 years! That is such a long time. And what's amazing is that you actually get to see the characters evolve and the world change around them, from the foggy streets of Victorian England all the way into the 1920s. So let's do a quick flyby of the novels. It all kicks off with A Study in Scarlet. This is the origin story, where Holmes and Watson meet for the very first time. Then there's The Sign of Four, which is this fantastic adventure about hidden treasure and dark secrets. You've got The Hound of the Baskervilles. I mean, come on, it's probably the most famous detective story ever written, super spooky and atmospheric. And then there's The Valley of Fear, which is a really cool 2-part mystery that connects a murder in England to a secret society in America. But the short stories? Oh, they're just as essential. In the adventures, Holmes meets the one and only Irene Adler, the woman. In the memoirs, we see him face off against his arch-nemesis, the evil genius Professor Moriarty, which ends in his apparent death. But don't you worry, because in the return, he's back. His last bow has an older Holmes getting into espionage during World War I, and then the casebook gives us his final mysteries. So, we know what's in the collection, but here's the billion-dollar question. Why? Why are these stories, written over a century ago, still so incredibly popular? What's the secret sauce here? Let's try and figure it out. I think the magic really boils down to these 4 key ingredients. Of course, it starts with Holmes himself, but it's just as much about his incredible friendship with Watson, the sheer variety of the mysteries he solves, and that amazing atmospheric setting. And this right here, this is the heart of it all. Holmes is the genius, right? The logical, super observant, sometimes kind of cold brain of the operation. But Watson is the heart. He's loyal, he's our narrator, and he's human. We see this incredible mind through the eyes of his relatable, down-to-earth best friend. That dynamic is absolutely everything. And you just can't talk about Sherlock Holmes without talking about London. The city is so much more than a backdrop. You can practically feel the fog on your skin and see the flickering gas lamps. It's like stepping into a time machine. The city itself is a character in these stories, no question. So yeah, the stories themselves are fantastic, but the impact of Sherlock Holmes, wow, it goes so far beyond the pages of these books. His legacy is just massive, and you can still feel it all around us today. Now, this is the part that blows my mind. Holmes wasn't just a character in a book, he literally changed the real world. His methods, Using logic and science, looking at footprints in tobacco ash. That way of thinking actually inspired the development of real-life forensic science. And just think, almost every detective you've ever watched on TV or read in a book owes a little something to him. If you're wondering about the best way to jump into this world today, I gotta say, the audiobook version is a fantastic way to go. A really good narrator can make that slightly older language feel totally natural. They bring the characters and that foggy London atmosphere to life in a way that's just perfect for multitasking or just kicking back and relaxing. And this is the big question, isn't it? In our world of high-tech crime shows and fast-paced thrillers, can a detective who lived 100 years ago really keep our attention? It's a fair question. Let's break it down. Okay, it's time for the final verdict. Let's weigh all the evidence and decide if the complete Sherlock Holmes should be the next thing you dive into. So let's get real about the pros and cons. On the plus side, it is amazing to have every single story in one spot. The short cases are perfect for a quick read, the characters are legendary, and really, it's great for almost any age. On the other side, the language can feel a little formal sometimes, and some of the descriptions go on for a bit. But honestly, that's just part of the charm. It's what transports you back in time. So who is this for? Well, if you love a good mystery or a puzzle, this is for you. If you appreciate smart storytelling that doesn't talk down to you, this is for you. If you want to read a classic that's genuinely exciting and not a chore, yep, this is for you. And if you love stories about deep, unforgettable friendships, it truly does not get any better than Holmes and Watson. Look, at the end of the day, this collection is so much more than just a book. It's really an invitation. It's a ticket to an entire world of clever mysteries, thrilling adventures, and one of the best friendships ever put on paper. It's a timeless experience, plain and simple. So the only question left is the one right there on your screen. Whether you decide to pick up the book or press play on the audiobook, you're about to start an absolutely incredible journey.